We're rating custom Magic the Gathering cards on Reddit. We got Rita Repulsive Witch, which is a red-black 3 generic human warlock from the moon. And she's after Sailor Moon and all those Sailor Scouts. Only a 1/4 creature. Frankly, I never really seen Rita attack, so I mean, that could be as advertised. Non-human creatures you control have, what is this, double green X? Monstrosity X, where X is its mana value. I have no idea how that has anything to do with Rita. I'm just gonna assume that's part of the lore that I just completely forgot. She makes putties, doesn't she? Something to that effect. Whenever a creature you control becomes monstrous, choose a kind of counter from among Flying, First Strike, Death Touch, Lifelink, Menace, Trample, Vigilance, and Shield. Put a counter of that kind on it. You know, this card is fine. I just don't understand the flavor. Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe I haven't seen... Hold on, it's not Sailor Moon. This is this Sailor... Or this is Power Rangers. Am I screwing them up? No, Sailor Moon. No, that was a different bet. This is Power Rangers! The Power Rangers... No, it's not the Sailor Scouts, sorry. I'm mixing her up with someone else who's on the moon. No, she's on the moon. Okay, she's on the moon, but it's not Sailor Moon. Yeah, this is a Power Rangers. Isn't she the chick from Power Rangers? She is the bad guy from Power Rangers. Now I see it. There's Rita. There's that big red guy for some reason. There's the Green Ranger. They got the Megazord. It's all coming back. It's been, come on, give me a break. It's been like 30 years since I've watched the show. Anyway, I think the flavor is still bad. Don't like the flavor. Card is doable, though. Okay, we got our first super chat from the 4 Best Game. Hi, hun. Booking in the first 5 cards from the first half of my first precon. I preset Vilgax attacks from Ben 10 Alien Heroes. I have no idea what that is. You may have to click twice to make it work. No, okay, I figured. I thank you for bringing the super chat even before the show started. Okay, I prepared it. We got a Vilgax Cyborg Tyrant. It's a red, black, 6/6 alien warrior. It's got tentacles just like Emrakul. It's probably an Eldrazi. That's a legendary creature. Whenever a player discards a card, amass constructs 1. Whoa! So, like, if we Wheel of Fortune, you get, like, how big is your creature? So it's whenever a player discards a card. I mean, you're gonna get a massive I mean, I guess it's the same as, Orcish Bowmasters, except when you draw a card, they make the Orc. When Vilgax or another construct you control deals combat damage to a player, you may discard a card. If you do, every opponent must sacrifice an artifact or discard a card. Whenever Vilgax or a construct you control deals combat. So, like, couldn't it be like a million constructs? You can have many constructs, and for all the damage that you deal, if you do, every player must sack an artifact or discard a card, which makes your constructs 1 even bigger. This probably is okay. Like, it requires a little bit of setup, but that's about hurt. No, I have something much worse in mind for you. Okay, next up, I'm going to speed run through some of these. Ghost Freak. Go black 2 generic. Another alien spirit. You're one with the aliens. A 4/1 with ward 1. Black Ghost Freak gains shadow until end of turn. That's easy enough. And it's got Hero Time. I have to zoom in a little bit more on here. Hero Time is a black 2 generic. You cast the spell for its Hero Time cost. Target creature you control transforms into it. Weird. This becomes its back face. If it would die, it transforms back and clears damage instead. That's too complicated for me. I don't like the wording on that one. I'm afraid out of complexity. When Ghost Freak enters the Hero Time, return a creature with toughness 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Why are we adding more things to this? Even when it's really complicated. Loser. Loser! Anyway, okay. I'm not thrilled with this one. Okay, hold on. I might have to do... Ugh, I don't want to move things around, but I will. Okay, Kevin Levin Street Punk for a black 1 generic. A human citizen, a 1/1 creature. Pay a black tap. Tap target creature without an osmosis counter. everything doesn't have an osmosis counter. Oh, but then you're going to place one on that creature, and Kevin Levin Street Punk. All right, black. Gain the ability of a creature with an osmosis counter on it this turn. Transform Kevin Levin Street Punk if there are 10 or more osmosis counters in play. So you have all the abilities of the osmosis creatures, and you're going to turn into the Kevin Levin Mutant. I already knew that from the first side. You didn't even need to transform it. It's an 11/11 Menace Trampler. Kevin Levin Mutant has the abilities of all aliens in your graveyard or exile. That's wild. Okay, sure. Not too complicated, but a little bit wordy. Okay, we have the I guy. Red, 3/4 alien mutant. Pay X. Put X charge counters on I guy, where X is equal to the mana spent. Of course, you just put X. Put X charge counters. That's it. Double red. Tap. Remove all charge counters from on I guy. Choose one. Deal damage equal to I guy's power to X different creatures, where X is the number of charge counters removed, or deal X damage to one creature, where X is the number of charge counters removed. So you can store, the whole point is you can store the counters and then use them later. And it also has hero time. I don't like this hero time ability. Not a huge fan. Also, this is pretty damn strong. You can just turn this into a mana sink. I actually think this is too strong. It's 3 mana for a 3/4 that you can just put a bunch of counters on at end of turn and then, you know, blast people's faces off with it. All right, Heat Blast. We have a red 2 generic 2/2 alien incarnation. Heat Blast enters the battlefield with 1 charge counter. Whenever a source you control deal non-combat damage, put a charge counter on Heat Blast. And then pay a red, tap. Heat Blast deals damage to target equal to the number of charge counters on Heat Blast. Any target? Any target. Enters the battlefield 1. When a source you control deals non-combat damage, put a charge counter. And it, like, they don't go away. So this is just, it keeps accumulating. And hold on, this is not combat damage either. This could be broken. Like, it could take some work, but I mean, and it has hero time, which might be broken too. I don't know. I have no clue if that thing's strong enough. This one might be over the top, because not even this is combat damage. And for the amount of, sorry, non-comp, what does it say? Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage with this, which this ability is, it will put counters on itself. So you got some winners. You have some winners. You have also some dubious ones as well. He's not even heat blasting in the picture, just a hot head. No, you get close to the head, it will blast you. You're gonna get blasted. You're gonna feel the heat of the heat blast. Okay, we gotta move on. We're gonna move on with the freebie section. The Druid of Tireless Effort. It is a green-red 3 generic 4/4 Druid who forgot to dress themselves today. Creatures you control with trample deal excess damage when blocking as though they were attacking. What the hell does that mean? Creatures you control with trample deal excess damage when blocking as though they were attacking? What is going on here today? None of these cards make any sense to me. Trample is all about dealing excess damage. They can deal creatures you control trample deal excess. Oh wait, and it's like block trample. You block, and if it kills the creature, it still tramples over. That is weird. Yeah, it's inverted trample, in a way. Okay, beasts and worms you control get +2/+2. Okay, this is good enough. It passes. It's bizarrely weird. So it's like is it like the Yu-Gi-Oh combat system? If I block the attacking creature, I deal damage to, like, the attacker's controller? I don't think that works. I don't think they do that. Yeah, we deal damage to the attacker for blocking. Hey, I'm all for it. As weird as that sounds. Just had to read it a few times, and it made a little bit of sense to me. Bacon! Cat bug. Chaos ensues. It's like Future Sight. Okay, let's look at Chaos Ensues. It's like Future Sight, but even more chaotic and stuff. All right, what do we got here? Whoops, too big. Okay, we're gonna make it just small enough. Not too big, not too small, just right. Chaos Ensues is a red. Well, is there a sound effect for Chaos Ensues? Oh my god, it's the A. We're going deep. We're going deep into the layers of, what's it called? The AI generated show. Red 2 generic for a kindred enchantment. That's Zybers. Each player plays with the top card of their library revealed. Players may play lands and cast spells from the top of any library, and many of any type can be spent to cast that spell. This is, Communism the card. What's yours is everybody's. Everybody owns everything around here. The Symphony of Chaos echoes deeply, painting reality while voting for flying. And they vote for flying as well. It does Zyber. It does Zyber. You want to play, if you ever wanted to play with someone else's deck, here's the card. Players may play lands and cast spells. Can we draw from other people's decks? Can I be like, I don't really trust my deck. I'll trust your deck. I'm gonna trust Bobby's deck list over here. Sue's deck has actually a lot of good removal. Gonna go into that deck list. Zybers indeed. All right, moving on. We've got the Crimson Wastes. It's a land. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a colorless creature. Okay, you can tap to add a red or a colorless, or tap exile a mountain to add double colorless. This is actually pretty neat. It's a strictly better. No, it's not strictly better anything, because if you don't have a colorless creature, then it comes into the battlefield tapped. Yeah, that totally passes. It's probably pretty strong. Like tapping to exile a mountain, you get Soul Ring mana for the turn, and you can do that repeatedly. Actually quite strong. Exile a mountain, probably from play. Exile a mountain from play. It's not like you're exiling it from the graveyard. I'm assuming it means from play. You're not exiling. I guess you can exile cards from the graveyard, but that's not what it would do. Crimson Waste is good with Zybers. Yeah, that's possible. You mean, no, not Zybers. You mean Chaos Ensues? It danger in mono red? Well, maybe. Like, I don't know who would break this card. I mean, it's just ramp, right? I don't think it's any different from like Soul Ring or anything. Soul Ring is permanent. You gotta exit. You gotta sack your mountains around here. Exile your opponent's mountains. It's exiling your own mountains. Remember our promise. Oh god. Oh, the Wasteland. Wasteland's flavor text is like, you'll live in a pile of waste, and the land always keeps its promise, or something like that. Remember our promise. All the land will become wastes. 124C with Amrit the Betrothed. The hell is this? Amrit the Betrothed. Is this your first card? No, this is definitely not your first card. You got it in the old style. Very newish looking art, though. Okay, we have a green 1/3 fairy. It's a legendary creature. Flying. If a single source would deal less than lethal damage to Amaret, the Betrothed, prevent that damage. So it's like, if you don't kill me, then don't even bother attacking. At end of turn, put a +1/+1 counter on Amaret, the Betrothed, if damage was prevented in this way. Ah, interesting. Easy pass, and not complicated. Someone 124C, please train everyone to make magic cards like you. Nice, clean, simple, big letters, big font. Very good stuff. She's betrothed? Betrothed? Okay, sorry. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Super fair. Super fine. Print it! Next up, we have Carnage. Oh, from Spider-Man. Herald of Chaos. Is a Rakdos 5 generic 1/5 human alien villain. In what world is Carnage a 1-power creature? That sounds wrong, in my opinion. Affinity for attacking creatures. That sounds cool. Flash, double strike. All right, that makes a little sense. Now I understand the 1 power. Creatures you control get +2/+0, and when this creature attacks or dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. I have no idea what that Carnage has anything to do with that, but +2/+0, and when this creature attacks or dies, it deals 1. That actually sounds right. 7 mana. Oh, but it's affinity for attacking creatures. No, wait a minute. That could danger big time. Like, in an aggressive deck, Like, you just attack for a bunch of stuff and then just flash this in. Like, how hard is it to attack with 5 creatures in this game? Not hard. Betrothed means married. Oh, thank you for letting us know. Speaking of married, we've got Carnage here, who, I don't know, did he ever get married? This must have, like, marry the Shriek. What a weird combo. Carnage should be oozed, to be honest. I'm getting tired of all these cards that are not really flavorful to the lore. Like, yeah, it's a card. It is broken, though. I think this is broken. Like, it literally pumps up the whole team +2/+0. And with this stupid ability, when the creatures attack or die, it'll deal a bunch of damage. Like, I think it's broken. Broken commander, agreed. Yeah, exactly. This is the goblin player's dream. They'll just kill you in one shot. And so instead of, remember, what was the card? What was the equipment that came into play? It was like, it also had like affinity for attacking creatures or something like that. Something to that effect. And then it gave double strike. Like when it entered the battlefield, it equipped immediately to something. That's what I see Carnage as. Like the new version of that double striking equipment. So you just like attack with everything. Carnage! Yeah, Embercleave. This is just another Embercleave, but worse. Because it's a creature, not an equipment. And it like spreads out the damage. Yeah, Carnage is probably like a 5/5. Maybe Venom's a 4/5 or something like that. Yeah, the card looks expensive, but it's super deceptive. It's like so easy. Attack for 5. Attack with 5 creatures, pay 2. Got him! Just got him. Okay, next super chat coming from none other than the Bacon Catbug. The first 5 cards of A Cycle of a New Enchantment Concept. A Cycle of a New Enchantment Concept. Angelic Guidance. Okay, hold on. What do you have to say outside of that? Epochs. A toolbox spin on sagas. They aren't actually sagas. They're just in the frame. Yeah, but it F's with my mind when you do that. It just screws with my mind. Oh god, Bacon Cat. Why do you have so many... I'm gonna raise the bar for you guys. Or I'm just gonna have to speedrun some of them. I missed your super... Did I miss your super chat, Almond? Almond, you have no idea how far down you are. You wait in an hour and we'll get to you. I didn't miss anything. Okay, Angelic Guidance, 5 mana. What is this? As this Epoch enters and after your draw step, choose one that hasn't been chosen. Once you've chosen each option, sack it. Okay, so you get 1 free. You can invoke this in play, but then you have to sack it. Oh, so it enters and you only get 1. Weird. Okay, exile target creature, artifact, or enchantment. Its controller gains life equal to the mana value. Return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And until your next turn, your life total can't change and you gain protection from anything. Broken. The last one makes it broken. So you like play... So basically it's free. You play this and you'll have protection till next turn. And then the turn after that, you start messing with their board. Okay, Sphinxian Riddles. For 5 mana, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Target creature's controller manifests it. That's weird. And surveil 3, then draw a card. Very playable. Okay, Demonic Temptation. You draw 2 cards and you lose 2 life. Each opponent sacks a creature and loses 1 life. Each opponent discards a card and loses 1 life. Very fair. Very playable. Okay, Draconic Trickery, 5 mana. Create 2 tap treasure tokens and 2 tap junk tokens. Each player sacks a non-basic land. If they don't, Draconic Trickery deals 2 damage to them. And Draconic Trickery deals 2 damage to each creature. Yeah, I think this is okay. It's pretty strong, but it's okay. It's fair. The first one is just busted as hell. And Onodrimic Enigmas. Return target creature enchantment from your graveyard to your hand. Populate, then proliferate. And search your library for a land card. Put onto the battlefield. Tap, then shuffle. This is a little strong. Because you could get like a really good land and put it directly in play, but I think it's fine. That first one is busted, though. You gain protection from everything. Get the hell out of here. Leyline of Royalty. We have a white 2 generic enchantment. If Leyline of Royalty is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. When Leyline of Royalty enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you become the monarch. Otherwise, a player becomes the monarch at random. What is going on here? You become, if you cast it, so, okay, if I cast this card for 4 mana, I'm the monarch. But if I don't cast it for mana, if it just entered the battlefield immediately, it could be, the monarch could be anybody. Why would we even do that? At the beginning of your end step, you gain 3 life. If you're the monarch, gain 6 life instead. This is pretty strong in 60 card Magic, I think. I think it's pretty strong in 60 card Magic, in my opinion. Player is random. What if it, no, you know what? I think it's too random. It's just, like, if it's a one-on-one game, like, I think it's beyond bonkers if I'm the monarch at the start of the game. Even if I give the monarch to somebody else, like, it doesn't matter. It just turns the game stupid. Like, way too early. Yeah, I'm the monarch now. And you gain life. If you're the monarch, you gain 6? No, that's just wildly unrealistic, in my opinion. Spectral Maniac, thank you very much for your super chat. Helio Head Leech. Helio Head Leech. Adaptation from Shadowverse. Oh, is it? Okay, I took some liberties with this one, but I think the result is a powerful and interesting card. Okay, we have a black 2 generic for a 2/1 zombie assassin. It's a very small creature for 4 mana. Death Touch Haste. Discard a card, put a +1/+1 counter on Helio Head Leech. When Helio Head Leech dies, return another target creature card with mana value less than or equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on it from your graveyard to the battlefield. Death Touch Haste. Discard cards, gets bigger. But when it dies, you can do a switcheroo. Less than or equal to the number of +1 counters from it. I think this is okay. I think this is okay. This is very expensive for a very crappy small creature. And, like, you still have to put a lot of work into this in order to get that good reanimator effect. And it needs to die, which is not something you even want to do. You don't want your head leech to be dead. You usually want to keep it on the battlefield. Anyway, yeah, great card. Totally permissible in my world. Okay, we got the Concentration, a blue 3 generic. This is an enchantment. As additional cost to cast this spell, exile an instant or sorcery from your graveyard. Okay. Whenever you are dealt damage, you roll a d20. Add the number of instant and sorceries in your... add the number of instants and sorceries in your graveyard. If the result is 15 or less, sacrifice Concentration. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Whenever you dealt oh, I see. At the beginning of your upkeep, so I can exile a card, and then at next turn, I can cast that card for free. So, but whenever you are dealt damage, roll a d20. If the result is 15 or less, sacrifice it. That's just weird. But sure, I think this is fine. It's like a really delayed Snapcaster Mage. For a lot of mana, and with a gigantic liability. Gigantic liability. You keep recasting the exile card for free with luck. Oh, is that how it works? You may cast the exile card. Ah, that's the idea. Yeah, you're not going to be lucky, though. You can't be that lucky. The card is totally fine. Cat jumped on your keyboard. Happens to all of us. Or the cat jumps on all our cards. Okay, Bacon Cat. I'm going to come back to you, Bacon Cat Bug, at like the end of the show. You have a lot of cards. I'm going to weave in and out all your cards. But we are going to prioritize the larger super chats. Larger the super chat, the more likely I will get to you first. Okay, Varg says, no card. Just wanted to say thanks. Don't play Magic, but I've been entertained by your channel for months. You're welcome, Varg. I really appreciate it. Really like seeing all the new faces around here, too. Which means we will give a freebie to the free section. Okay, useless enchantment. Oh, is that right? Okay, enchantment. Attacking creatures you control have reach. Defending creatures you control have trample. You're right. Yeah, but. This is actually a really good way of putting it. But. Yeah, for a second, I was a little bit frozen at this card. What does it do? But it does nothing. Yeah, defending players have trample again? You better believe it. You know, it'll go great with that other card. The one that has defending players have the trampling creatures can trample over into their opponents. Saki loves this card. It's true to its name. It is. Someone will make it work in some way. Definitely playable. Or so I don't know, playable. It's doable. Okay, Math to Exile. We have a white X instant. Convoke. Improvise Delve. It's an instant. Exile target creature unless its controller pays 1 for every 2 creatures that convoked this spell. 2 for every 3 artifacts that improvise this spell, or 3 for every 4 cards exiled with this spell. I don't even know what this card does. So we're exiling target creature unless they pay 1. Oh, I see. The tax goes up with the amount of convoke that I paid onto this thing. Weird. Okay, sure. Very unique way of taxing me, I guess. Carry the 1. They're letting you know this is a math card. You better math it up around here. Yeah, math. Oh, it is called Math to Exile, after all, as advertised. Yeah, when you really want something gone, you better tap enough creatures to make it happen. All right, we got Captain Carlos Ruiz. Happy holidays, Nikachu. You remain everyone's favorite MTG streamer, so say it the Captain. Thank you very much, Captain. Aye, Captain. And with that super chat, I will donate another 2 to the freebie section. Spectre of Care Keep. We've got a 0 mana 0. We got the kobolds back. It's a 0/1 kobold spirit. Must have been dead for who knows how long. It was never a big creature in the first place. Whenever Spectre of Carekeep becomes the target of a spell or ability, if it isn't phased out, put a +1/+1 counter on it, and then phase it out. Oh, so it gets... Why would I even target in the first place? Oh, I might target it, but then I just phase it out. I mean, sure, yeah, that's fine. Okay, maybe the flavor text is more exciting. Whispers of laughter and the cackling of embers accompanying their passage as they weave through the charred remnants of battles long past. You're a fan of the Carekeep, are you? You're a fan of the Carekeep. I would just give up and let the creature get exiled. Absolutely. We don't have to think too hard about this card, that's for sure. Okay, next up we got Usurpation. It is a red 1 generic sorcery. Choose a commander card you own. That card is no longer your commander if it is in the command zone, but it into your graveyard. I mean, I think they mean put. Target creature you control becomes your commander. Whoa! That is very interesting. And then put a +1/+1 counter on it. I'm surprised they don't do more of this stuff. Like, or even target legendary creature you control becomes your commander. That you can switch it out, like, mid-game. Wouldn't that be an interesting ability? Or even tack that in on a creature? Like, when this creature enters the battlefield, this can now be your commander. Or switch up commander, or something loses the ability of commander. That would really suck. Making someone's legendary creature lose commander status. Does it have to be legendary? Apparently not. Not on here. Starfire wants the card. Sorry, Atraxa, you need to butt into the graveyard. Yeah. Don't mind your butt. Usurpation is Zymers. Go away, Nicobolus. Llanowar Elves. Llanowar Elves is now my commander. Gotta make room for the Llanowar Elves so I can ramp every turn. Yeah, spend like... imagine the commander tax to play your Llanowar Elves. Okay, next super chat we got from Abe. I haven't seen you for a little while, Abe. How's it going? It's been a while for me. Oh, and you knew it too. Just one card. Eternal Mystic. It is a green 1 generic elf druid at a 0. It's a 0/1 creature. Okay, add 1 mana of any color. Eternal Mystic has hexproof and indestructible during your opponent's turns. So weak on your turn, that's when the Eternal Mystic is vulnerable. This is super fair. This is like, don't we have a card like this that's even better? I swear we have a better card. What's it called? This card already exists. And it's a 0/3 as far as I'm concerned. But it's not indestructible ever. It just has hexproof. So, I mean, if you're afraid of this thing getting board wiped, then I guess so. Similar to the Dryad. I don't remember what the card is called, though. Wasn't thinking of Paradise Druid. But Paradise Druid is similar, isn't it? Yeah, there's one with hexproof as long as it's untapped. But I think there's one with hexproof, period. No, I'm not thinking of... It's a 0/3. What am I thinking of? Paradise Druid? That's not it. What is this card called? It's not Dryad Arbor. Sylvan Caryatid. Someone's on... Okay, this doesn't have hexproof. Sylvan Basilisk. There we go. Defender and hexproof, people. Come on, you've never heard of the Caryatid before? 0/3. So anyway, that's what I think this card is. At least that's what I think it's going for. Anyway, it's totally fine. If Caryatid can exist, this thing can exist. Yeah, I'm thinking of Sylvan Caryatid. I don't even know what Paradise... Like, I know Paradise Druid, but, like, no, that's not the card. Not what I was thinking of. This one has... The Caryatid has hexproof all the time. Yeah, the Indestructible is new, that's for sure. Alright, but you know what's not new? Today's sponsor, Fusion Gaming Online. .com. This is where the first place I go to look to buy my Magic the Gathering cards. I get my Lost Caverns of Ixalan's when they come out. My Doctor Who's, not that I got that much from Doctor Who, but I got from Wilds of Eldraine, and also the Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth holiday release. And you want to release your money into this store using coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases. I'm quite a smooth advertiser, aren't I? We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online. The ability to play any deck, any format you want. Customize you love making custom cards. You can customize decks to your perfection. Don't let creativity get in the way with your card collection when you have old cards at your access with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_1JV. All right, and now back to them custom cards. And also now it is the Super Chat second half, because you guys make so many Super Chats, there's no way I can catch up. Okay, let's get one from... Almond was upset. You know what, Almond? Technically, it should have been years before I get to you. I'll get to you right now. Beastmaster's Staff. What on earth is Beastmaster's Staff? Isochron Scepter variant. Alright, it's a 2-mana artifact with imprint. When Beastmaster's Staff enters the battlefield, you may exile a creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your hand. Pay 2, tap, create a token copy of the imprinted creature. It gains haste. Sack it at the beginning of the next end step. Is there any way to break this card? Like, are there any creatures that we don't want to imprint? You can exile a creature, but you have to sack it every turn. That's terrible. I don't know if there's so many cards at the mana value 2 or less that have like such a strong ETB effect. Maybe Snapcaster Mage, but even that is like just dubious. Do we ever got card adaptations of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Hearthstone before? I think a few, but not that many. Infinite Snapcat. That's not broken though. I don't even think Infinite Monkey would be that broken. You might just want your monkey on the battlefield. Infinite... Ooh! Is that a problem with Beastmaster's Staff, or is that a problem with Dockside Extortionist? Imprint Phyrexian Dreadnought? I think you still have to meet the requirement when it enters the battlefield. It isn't more broken than Isochron Scepter. You're not wrong! Alright, it passes. Next, we've got... Okay, let's get one from Bacon Catbug. I'll slowly weed through your super chats. You have a billion of them. First card of the Wheel of Time rebalanced. The Wheel of Time. Rebalanced. It is time to pull the wheel. Okay, it's Wooburg, 1 colorless. Oh god, it's another the Epoch card. Okay. 6 mana. You get all these abilities each turn. You can evoke for 6 generic, so like almost anyone can play this. Exile target permanent. Draw 3 cards. Okay, this is getting out of hand here. We haven't even gotten to the other 3 abilities. This is already like a little too much. Each opponent sacrifices 2 creatures. Discard your hand, then draw 5. You can have no cards in your hand. Lands you control gain tap, add colorless, and 1 mana of any color. No way! Absolutely not. Completely broken. I mean, I was already suspicious after the second line. Not a damn chance. You get all of those every turn. It's like 6 mana for 6 mana. You can get 6 even for 1 effect. I think this is pretty damn strong. But if you pay the Wooburg 1 colorless, I mean, you start off by just drawing 3. You probably get each opponent sacks 2 creatures. That's like nailing 6 creatures in 1 shot. Then no one can attack you. Then next turn, you draw 3 cards. Play your hand. Then discard your hand, draw cards. This card is intended for that unglued set. You might, not every turn. You get, hold on, as it enters the battlefield, and after your draw step, choose one that hasn't been chosen, right? So you just go down the line every single turn. That's pushed! It's broken. It's danger. Not fixed at all. The Wheel of Time is gonna destroy everybody as far as I'm concerned. Okay, next up, we've got Platonic Liquid. Thank you very much for your super chat. Betrothed means engaged, not married. Oh, thank you very much. And with that, we're gonna give that to the freebie section. Nearing to Madness, a blue 2 generic. A real saga for once on this show. Chapter 1, goad each creature. Chapter 2, until your next turn, creatures attacking you get -1/-0. Chapter 3, return all creatures to their owner's hands. So the first 2 sort of suck, but the last one is actually pretty good. Interesting card. You have to wait 3 turns to get the good stuff. Yeah, the abilities are way too good, Bacon. You lost a damn mind on that card. The Wheel of Time, what are you, insane? That's an insane card. Okay, we'll go back to a Bacon. Okay, what do you got for us? What's the next wild card you got for us? Scarbrand hates. He wasn't represented. Scarbrand hates. He wasn't. I don't know what that means. I don't even know who Scarbrand is. Okay, Scarbrand. This is a green, red. Sorry, green, red. 8/8 demon. Can't be countered. Haste, double strike, trample, menace, protection from birds and from wizards. That is some lore. That is some very specific lore. Ward, pay 8 life. Oh my goodness. The 8-fold path. When Scarbrand enters the battlefield, if you didn't cast it or when Scarbrand is put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it with 8 time counters on it and it gains suspend. Oh, so if you cheat it, you can actually suspend the thing. Scarbrand loathes stealing! I don't know. I actually think this is fine. It's like a really big creature, and so it has a pretty big payoff. And has protection from some like pretty narrow cards. The wizards and the birds. Blood for the blood god. So somebody knows something I don't know. It's an ultimatum, is it? So you mill it? Oh, that's interesting. Hold on. If it, or when it is put into a graveyard from anywhere, including your deck, 8 time counters. So you wait 8 turns and then all of a sudden Scarbrand comes out. By like turn 8, you probably are dead. You'd love this in Xenagos? Yeah, that's possible. It would happen. Okay. I think as busted as that looks, it's not that busted. Brawly's Shadow. Death Sentence. The only one I made this week. Only one? Well, you probably weren't prepared for a custom show this week. You're probably preparing them all for the next day. For next week. Death Sentence, 1 black. It's an aura. Enchant creature. Enchant creature has when this creature is dealt damage, sacrifice it. So it's very, very weak. Very doable. Like, instant doable. You just enchant this on your opponent's creature. You ping them for 1 damage. And then, yeah, they're dead. They gotta sack the thing. I like the simplicity of it. The simplicity is, there's elegance. Yeah, very elegant. Cool concept. Everyone take lessons from Brawly Shadow here. the font is nice and big. You can create beauty from very few sentences. Less is more. You know, my drama teacher taught me that. Less is more. Okay, next up, we've got, okay, we'll take another Bacon Cat Bug special. Spectre of Care Keep. Oh no, we did that one, didn't we? Was that on the front? Did you get a freebie one? You accidentally got sniped by the public showings of cards. All right, so you know what, for that? That was here, right? Yeah. From Bacon Cat Bug, you got one for free. You paid for this one for nothing. All right, so for that, we're gonna donate this to One Frame James. One Frame James is very happy that you screwed up by accident. The self-snipe. Okay, this is the third time in history someone well, this is not even a self-snipe, it's weird. They accidentally self-snipe themselves by just posting publicly. All right, Thought-Seeking Orc, a red-black, 1 generic, 1/2 Orc Shaman. Thought-Seeking Orc may use tap abilities as though it didn't have Summoning Sickness. Then just give it... Okay, so it can't attack, but it can tap as though it doesn't have Summoning Sickness. What a bizarre ability. Other orcs you control get +1/+1. Tap, you and target opponent each draw a card and lose 1 life. Sure. Not incredibly... It's not haste because it can't attack. Not that I don't even know why this card would want to attack. I really don't think there's a big difference between giving it haste and having this weird, bizarre ability. I guess in playtesting they discovered, oh, if it has haste, it's absolutely broken. It's not gonna pass. It's not going to it's gonna be too strong. Okay, Brendan Grieve with the super chat. Constantine. Is this a card that we tried to look up last time? Constantine Fervent Soul. Come on, Constantine! There's 2 of them here. One 16 minutes ago, one 17 minutes ago. Careful, they'll ban you for that. I'm assuming it's this one. The more recent one. Okay, now I sort of know why we had trouble. If you double post, they'll time you out. They'll ban you. Okay, we have a black, red, white, 1 generic, 3/4 cleric rogue. Protection from demons, protection from devils, protection from angels. We have a white, deal 1 damage to target angel, tap that creature. Pay a red, deal 1 damage to target devil. If that creature would die this turn, exile it instead. Pay a black, deal 2 damage to target demon. You're really hating on the angels, devils, and demons, but you know what? They're all reasonable abilities. Sure, you got it. Is it an Anti-Calia card? I wouldn't know. What site do you make these cards? I don't know. You guys give out everyone in the comments section can let everyone else know where you make your own cards. I have no idea where these things come up. They just show up on Reddit, and I talk about them. Find a way to make other players' creatures all demons. In Fusion, you don't make them at Fusion Gaming, that's for sure. Okay. Yeah, okay, moving on. We don't have so many super chats. We actually might get through them all today. Okay, Captain Carlos Ruiz with the Jaded gets a +1/+1 counter for knowing Caryatid? What? The Jaded. Is that the card? The Jaded gets, just gonna look up this. Nope, that did not come up with anything. This is in reference to something that I don't know. The Jaded gets a +1. Or maybe you're trying to tell the Jaded something? For knowing Caryatid. I have no idea what the hell that's in reference to. No, Nikachu, I was referring to the Jaded knowing what card you weren't remembering. Ah, okay. But with that super chat, we're going to give it to the freebie section. Are you done with that? It's a black artifact. When your opponent puts a card onto their graveyard, have them place it onto your graveyard instead. What? Judge! Are these cards allowed to move zones? It's illegal. That is illegal. Although I have to say, you know, the AI thinks it could be done, so maybe this is an AI card. Yeah, oof, center text, please. Well, hey, not all the templates are the same. Some people have beautiful custom cards with big text all centered. Some people have this damn thing. It's fine. It's probably fine if everyone has different card sleeves, but if the same card sleeve, it will be awful. It will just be awful. Yeah, strictly Starsky's like, Judge! And he was a great mechanic that already allowed your opponent's cards to become yours. True story. Okay, anyway, I don't think within the current rules of Magic, this is allowed. Yeah, AI, in the AI world, anything is possible. In our world, it's not so possible. Bacon Cat Bug with Mox Aurum. Oh god, you're making a Mox? Mox Aurum. What are the odds this isn't it danger? Okay, Mox Aurum. It's a 0 mana artifact. Tap, flip a coin. If the coin comes up heads, add 1 mana of any color. Activate only as an instant. Why does it matter if it's an instant? What, it has to be put on the stack? In response. Oh, I guess that's how it is. It's activated not as a mana ability. It's activated as like an ability. A manifestation of untold riches harnessed for arcane mastery. So we're taking a gamble. Maybe I'll get mana, maybe I'm not. Fair mirror match. Sorry, mirror march isn't busted. I don't know what that means. It's like a lion's eye diamond. I guess so, in some way. It's probably not broken. Probably not. But it might. 50% of the time. I would probably hate playing against this card. No, you know what? It is broken. If it doesn't add mana this turn, it might add mana the next turn. And that's still pretty strong. I think getting mana half the time. And what if it just adds mana the entire game? Then you just run me over. I actually think even in this form, it's too damn strong. It could be, I don't know, if it was 1 mana of no color, maybe. It's about as strong as a Mana Crypt. Well, Mana Crypt is guaranteed to give you double mana no matter what. I think Mana Crypt is better than this card. 50% of the time, it works every time. That's right. That's in Mox Aurum world. It's a slightly less powerful version of them. How is this Mana Crypt is way better than this card. You 100% of the time get your mana from Mana Crypt. You get 2. This thing, 50% of the time you get your mana. Taking damage from Mana Crypt is not the issue. This thing might produce nothing if you don't, if the coin doesn't come up heads. Make it flip a coin when you cast this if tails counter it. I still think it's still strong. Way too strong. $2 for a possible bomb, I'm in. Mox isn't even legendary, so you can have just a bunch of them. Exactly. Just with the hot takes. Mana Crypt sucks. Well, that's your hot take. We got the Nightly Cat. If you get tails, then your opponent gets the mana. Or maybe it exchanges control. You know what? I'd be in for that. If it lands tails, you have to give it to somebody else. They get the Mox Aurum. So that would be an interesting take on this card. Okay, but with that, no, I don't like it. I don't trust it. Paro Bob with the Eaten by Mites. Hoping I had a great Christmas. I had a fantastic Christmas. Too strong, fair? I have no idea. Okay, it's a white instant. Destroy target creature. Its controller incubates X, where X is that creature's converted mana cost. What does incubate mean again? Do they get a creature out of it? Or, like, what's the incubation? Like, I want to say, like, I don't remember what incubation does. Looks okay at first. Tails sack and make a treasure? No, I don't like the sound of that either. Because you'd still get mana then, either way. It turns it into, at minimum, Lotus Petal, which is way too strong. All right, you get an incubator token with X11 counters on it, and it can transform into a 0/0 for 2 mana. Zeros. Oh, you can pay 2. Okay, this is totally fine. This is totally, it's like, reminds me of Pongify or Rapid Hybridization or something. This is totally good. I like this card. Yeah. I don't know what to say. It's a totally fine, fair card around here. All right, we move on to the Fox Clouds, Fleeting Time. Another time card, but will it be broken? Fleeting Time should say post-combat main phase. Okay, I'll remember that. Okay, blue, 1 generic enchantment. Players skip their post-combat main phase. The second main phase also makes sense, to be honest. Although it's not a step, it's a phase. So we just don't get a second main phase. We get to play Magic the old-fashioned way, where we like draw a card, untap our cards, play everything at once, and then we attack. That's basically what this is. Cool! Very cool card. This is not busted. How is this broken? Come on. What do you are not going to use that second main phase anyway. It will affect, I think, very little. I don't even know what you would do. Like, basically, you have to play a little bit more face-up. You want to play your artifacts. You have to basically play your stuff first, then attack. Good for instance. Yeah, the instant decks get stronger, but I think it's totally fine. Fleeting Time is okay. Something like Savor the Moment is better, though. This is an enchantment. Can't remember what Savor the Moment is, though. I don't remember. I thought it was an instant, and you give it to your opponents. Huh? Okay, this might be like, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know what that is in reference to, but this card is A-okay with me. Cool card. Bacon Catbug. Meteoric Karma. Meteoric Karma. Non-basic land hate. Okay. Rakdos, 1 generic sorcery. Each player sacrifices a non-basic land. If they don't, they lose 3 life. And it's got Jumpstart. You may cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a card in addition to paying its other costs. Then exile this card. A lesson in the universe's peculiar sense of humor where rocks hurled skyward return with Celestial Jest. So it's just 2 mana. Hold on, it's 2 mana. It's like Sinkhole. If they don't, they lose. Oh, no, but they don't have to. No, they have to, and if they can't, they lose 3 life. Right? Each player sacks... They don't have a choice. Each player sacrifices a non-basic land. This is broken. Isn't this just broken? It's just Sinkhole. If you don't sack, you take 3 damage. Don't forget that. Yeah, if you don't sack because you literally have no lands left, then you take the 3 damage. Like, with how's it work? Each player sacrifices a non-basic land. If they don't, it should say each player may choose to sacrifice a non-basic land. How is Kroxa worded? I think Kroxa is worded in a way, like, very similar. Kroxa. Enters the battlefield, okay, whenever Kroxa enters the battlefield or attacks, each opponent discards a card. Like, they have to. You don't have a choice. Then each opponent who didn't discard a non-land card this way loses 3 life. Whoops. Yeah, it should say if... Well, no. I think they want to give them the choice. So, like, each player may choose one. Sack a land, non-basic land, or lose 3 life. And that's about it. I think that was the intended idea. Because otherwise, you're losing your lands. And as Jumpstart, which is going to make you lose even more lands. So basically, it's effectively... I think the idea is to turn into a 2 mana deal 3 damage, which is, I think, okay with Jumpstart. It should say if they can't, they only have basics. Oh, yeah, or if they only have basics. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, that's possible. So, or is this supposed to just punish people for having non-basic lands? Good punish for non-basic. This is very strong. I think this is insane. There is nothing like this in Magic for good reason. And this is a repeatable effect. What are you people nuts? This is completely broken. There's one problem though. This is a required sack. Exactly. If you cast and you have no non-basic lands, you will lose 3 life. Correct. Because you cannot meet the requirement. Okay, this is a punish for using non-basics. Oh, God. This is so damn strong. It is strong. I feel like it would wreck old formats. It would wreck everything. It would wreck old formats. It would wreck Commander. Okay, this is as designed. I think it's too strong. I think it's just bananas. And of course, you can play around it better than your opponents can. It's symmetrical. Well, no, it's not, because like you're not gonna have any non-basics in play when you cast this thing. I think it's just way too damn strong. It's symmetrical, so it's fine. Yeah, that's what they say about Blood Moon. And back to basics, but it doesn't actually play out like that at all. Okay, Dark Star Ashura. Thank you very much for your super chat. Tight Rope Act. Okay, we have, oops, gotta look up here. Tight Rope Act. A joke silver card of mine. Oh, God. 3-mana artifact. Creatures have tap. Take this creature off of Tightrope Act and tap. Put this creature on top of Tightrope Act. Take this creature off of Tightrope Act, but then you put it on? Creatures on Tightrope Act that get plus... Oh, I should just get that sound effect out right now. Okay, creatures on Tightrope Act get +1/+1 for each creature on it and have reach. Whenever a creature is put on top of or removed from Tightrope Act, flip a coin. If it fails, destroy Tightrope Act and all creatures that were on it. Oh my God. It's more of a funsy card than a real card. We'll just give it a pass for its creativity. At least it was silver bordered. At least it was silver bordered. Okay, Bacon Catbug with Woobliet. The hell does that mean? The Woobliet. Blue, white for an enchantment with squad, white and a blue. I don't know what that means. When Woobliet enters the battlefield, if it isn't a token, target legendary permanent phases out until Woobliet leaves the battlefield. I can't remember how to... So, hold on. Oh, Woobliet is just Oobliet, but it's blue-white. Oobliet, yeah, Oobliet parody card. Gotcha. When Woobliet enters the battlefield, if it's a token, another target permanent you control named Woobliet phases out until Woobliet leaves the battlefield. Escape is so tantalizingly close, but always out of reach. Well, if it's good enough for Oobliet, it's gonna be good enough for Woobliet. Alright, we got through all the super chats for once. Unbelievable. Distraction, Carnifex. Oh, distract. Karn. No, okay, hold on. I'll get it. Okay, it exists. Don't worry, there's nothing wrong with you. It's all wrong with me. Okay, we've got... Oh, we got a Planeswalker for 5 mana. What the hell is this? I don't even know what I'm looking at here. Okay, whatever. It is a green-red 3 generic 5 loyalty Carnifex. Shoot the big ones first. Players can't attack you or other non-Carnifex permanents you control unless the total power of creatures attacking... unless the total power of creatures attacking distraction Carnifex is equal to or greater than their loyalty. What? I don't even know what the hell is going on. Okay, shoot the big ones first. Players can't attack you or other non-Carnifex perms you control unless the total power of creatures attacking distraction Carnifex is equal to or greater than their loyalty. What do you mean their loyalty? I don't even know what this means. Okay, -2. Target creature you control gains Death Touch, and this creature must be blocked if able until end of turn. That's fine. I don't know what the hell the first ability means. It means nothing to me. Ooh, we like... Ooh, it's a Wormhammer card, huh? It's got Taunt. They should print more non-legendary Planeswalkers. Yeah, this one's not even legendary. They must swing at guy with 5/3 or 1 power or else can't swing at you. Think it should be equal to loyalty? Benovsky, welcome. Greetings. Yeah, greetings to the Coco crew. The evening Coco crew. The Carnifex's loyalty. Equal to greater than their loyalty. Players can't attack you or other non-Carnifex permanents. Like, there aren't even many Carnifex permanents in the game. Oops, hold on. Go back. Go back. Where have I gone? unless their total power of creatures attacking card effects is equal to or greater than the... So basically, I'm not allowed to attack this thing unless I'm attacking for at least 5. I mean, I guess it's... Okay, so first off, I think if that's what it means, then fine, but I hate the wording, so I'm disqualifying the damn thing. So if you have 2 of these out, you can still attack. It's just doesn't make enough sense to me. Too many, and if I have more Carnifexes out, like, I'm going to be even more confused. Look, people, you got this. Complexity is sometimes a problem with cards. If the card is too complicated, like, if it's not easy to understand, if I have to reread it 3 times, then it's not a good design. You are allowed to swing at it. It is acting like bait. Got it. RP token decks? Maybe. Okay, we got Giancarlo Gutierrez. Thank you very much for joining the Hot Cocoa crew. You became a member, and with becoming a member, we will look at the freebie section. So we are now we've gotten through all the super chats. We got the Mox Mercury. Okay, is this gonna be it, or is it? Okay, what are the odds? I haven't looked at it yet. What are the odds this is gonna be absolutely busted? Probably 100%. I have not seen anyone, even Wizards of the Coast, balance any Moxen. Older Moxen are broken. Except for maybe Mox Tantalite. That's probably the only one that they balance properly. Mox Mercury. Just like the T1000. Tap, add a colorless. Your life total becomes 1. I think we've balanced the Moxen. I think we've done it, people. On top of that, it doesn't even have a casting cost. You have to, like, cheat this in play somehow. Yeah, there's no cost to this. Well, you can get it in play with, like, Cascade cards or whatever. I have no idea. You know, there are creative ways to get this thing in play. Like, you can get into the graveyard and then return cards from graveyard to play. Oh, there's a lot of different ways of getting in play. Anyway, this is stone cold crap. Oh my god, yeah, the best Death Shadow card, that's possible. Yeah, the Death Shadow players, they're like, Mox Mercury, all right, it can't go lower than 1. It says it goes directly to 1, but not any lower. Oh, look at that, Majra comes out of nowhere. What if I tell you cats are magic? Version 2, skip the first 2, then just 5 cards in a row, please. All right. What if I tell you cats are magic? Where is it? There you go. Okay, you said skip the first 2. Oh, is this working? There's no cards here. You got nothing. This is it. Majra, you didn't post cards, as far as I'm concerned. What happened? What happened, Majra? Miracle? Okay, what if I told you cats are a miracle? There's 2 of them here. Okay, one of them. Okay, and you said skip the first 2, then the next 5. And then just 5 cards. Okay, this one, apparently these 2 aren't good enough. All right, so we're going to start off with Vera and Ovilia, Princess of the Mouse Bay. It's for Teamer. It's a Teamer 2/1 Cat Rogue Noble. First strike protection from white. When Vera and Ovilia, Princess of the Mouse Bay, enter the battlefield, create a creature token that's a copy of it, except its name is Ovilia and Vera. What, you just swapped it around? Princess of Mouse Bay. It's a 1/2 and have Death Touch and protection from black. And instead of first strike and protection from white. Why is it like... is about to create a creature token that's a copy of it? Why are we making a copy of it when it's like a completely different creature? This is literally, we're literally making another card here. Like literally making another card. And then it has first strike and protection from white. All cats you control with power or toughness 1 or less are I'm guessing you meant unblockable. They cannot be blocked. Wait, we've 100. I'm pretty sure we did see it. No, maybe we saw another version of it before. Guys, I don't think we've seen. I think we've seen Mouse Bay cards, but I don't remember seeing Does this make infinite tokens? Oh, yeah, it does. No. Or I don't know. Maybe it does. That's a copy of this? Yeah, do you know what? That's also possible. It's possible that if it's the same card, if it's literally the same card with extra abilities, it'll just lock the game up and you go for a draw. So, absolutely not. Instant fail. Yeah, just give it partner with or something like, or just, it could enter the battlefield. You get a token called that, and it has death touch and unblockable and all this other stuff. All right, moving on. We got green, red, blue, 3 generic for a 4/1 cat noble warrior. When Marco, champion of the Mao's Bay, is cast by its miracle, it gains haste until end of turn. Double strike and trample. When Marco deals combat damage to a player or battle, you may destroy target artifact, enchantment, or battle, and Marco deals damage to its controller equal to the target's mana value. What target mana value? If you do, shuffle Marco into its owner's library at the beginning of your end step, and it also can miracle itself into play. We did see some of these miracle cards. Double strike and trample. But it's 6 mana. Okay, this is a little bit more doable, but I don't understand what's like. I guess you destroy artifact, enchantment, or battle and then deal damage. So it's like, I don't know, shrapnel blast after destroying the damn thing. Yeah, you just know a Marco made this. Okay, moving on. We've got Vera's Kanushi. Okay, for 4 mana, we have a 3/1 cat cleric samurai. When you cast Vera's Kanushi by its miracle, it gains haste until end of turn. It's got Bushido too, and when it deals combat damage to a player or battle, you may have it deal damage to any non-player target equal to its power. If you do, shuffle it into its owner's library, into the library at end step. It does a lot of things, but it's quite doable, and I don't think it's overpowered. Okay, 4 mana, 1/3 cat cleric monk is cast by its miracle. It gains haste until end turn. So if you miracle, it's an interesting concept. You miracle creatures in play, and because they're like, I don't know, monks or samurai, like they gain haste. It's like ninjutsu almost. Whenever it's dealt damage, it deals that much damage to any target. That's like a Boros Reckoner thing. Is that too strong on this card? At the beginning of your end step, if Ovelia Kanushi dealt combat damage to an opponent, you may shuffle it into... You may shuffle... Why would you want to shuffle it into your library? There's no up... This is a weirder card. This is just weird. So when you deal damage, you may shuffle it into your deck, but like, why would you? Why not just keep it on the battlefield? It's a lot weaker. It just has this Boros Reckoner ability attached to it. This is also a very fair cleric, I guess. And then what we got? One more. We looked at 4. This is the 5th one. Marco's Massacrer. 3 mana for a 4/1. That's already pushed. If you cast Marco's Massacrer by its miracle, it gains haste until end turn. It has trample. Deals combat damage to a player or battle. It may destroy target artifact or enchantment. Then it deals 2 damage to its controller. If you do, shuffle Marco's Massacre into its owner's library at the beginning of your next end step. This is a cleaner version of that first card that you had that did something very similar. Like, this is similar, right? This is just, like, I think it's more wordy and harder to comprehend. This is just, I think this one's just cleaner. It's just clean. It's nice, clean, attack, destroy, deal damage. It has trample, destroy something. If you want to ping someone for 2 damage, go ping someone for 2 damage. It's all right by me. So it's fine. All right, cool card. And with that, I'm disqualifying the first one. The first Marco. Because I like the second Marco a lot more. Okay, we got Red Mania. With Late Halloween Horror Movie. Late Halloween Horror Movie. Cards Part 2. You made a Part 1, you say? Nikachu, call the judge. Creatures can't have miracle. They can now. I think it's fine design space. How are the customs looking? Oh, they're all over the place as usual. Okay, Chucky the Possessed Doll. We have a red, black, 1 generic, 3/1 doll horror. You have a million of these cards. What was your super chats? $2. I look at 1 card. Okay, Menace. It's a 3/1, so it's hard to block. Hard to block Chucky around here. Possession. If Chucky is in your graveyard, you may sacrifice a creature. Another creature you control. Period. You may sacrifice a creature, another creature. That didn't make any sense. Okay, if you do, return Chucky to the battlefield with the abilities of the sacrifice creature. The name of the creature types of the sacrifice creature and the power and toughness on top of his originals. Why? It's a weird clone-ish type of thing. So if it's in your graveyard, you can sack a creature. I'm assuming you just sack a creature. And then you return it and you get all the abilities. That's fine. I don't know if that's flavorful, though. He's got the light turned off. He's gonna get you! He's got that knife. Hi, I'm Chucky. Want to play? Chucky, the possessed doll. The Axe Murderer. It's like a form of mutate, in a way. It is updated now. Where? Not here. Okay. Oh, you're just saying you've updated the thing. That's totally fine. Oh, I thought the show was gonna end, but we've got Giancarlo Gutierrez. Quick new customs. Keep the party going. 0 mana. Dono 7. Love the show. I know I am a bit silly. Says you. Okay, what does this mean? Okay, love the show. I know I am a bit silly. We're going meta here, are we? Is that the name of the card? Quick new customs. Keep the party going. 0 mana. Oh, so it's called... Oh, no. The card is called 0 mana Dono 7? I don't know what this card is. How do I look this up? I need an adult here. Okay. Or is it called Love the Show? Look up Love the Show. No, that doesn't exist. Oh, it's just keep it going. Let's just look at 7 cards. Are you donating for 7? Oh, no, just chat to Dono 7. Okay. Does anyone have any cards available in chat? Usually I donate to the public section. For 20? That's very close. Okay, we'll do another 7 here. If anyone... You get like 1,000,000 cards anyway. Hold on, do you have one? Is it Peter Parker? Peter Parker. There's like 1,000,000 Peter Parkers from tons of people. I don't know which one is the Jess Marchard one. I'm assuming... I'm just going to go with the... 2 months ago? Unfortunately, Brawly Shadow's fresh out of cards. Okay, I'll just go... You know what? Some random person from 1 year ago is going to get their Peter Parker shown. Any of them you can do. Okay, we got our blue, red, 3 generic, 3/2 human Spider-Man. Reach and provoke. Web shooters. Tap. Put a stun counter on up to 2 target creatures an opponent controls. Actually works. That actually makes sense. You can stun them with the web. How do I shot web? Okay, Bacon Catberg. Cataclysmic Rebirth. I have a feeling you live and breathe the custom magic card world. Bacon Catbug. Cataclysmic Rebirth. Red, 5 generic sorcery. Destroy all lands! Each player creates X tap treasure tokens where X is 2 plus the number of lands they control that were destroyed that way. That's cool! That's actually a fair Armageddon. I don't even think you have to make X plus 2. It could be just X equal the number of lands you had. That's very, very neat. Okay, someone to foresee with Soul Devi Lotus Valley. It is very much a Lotus, a legendary land. Tap, sacrifice an untapped basic land. Add 3 mana of any color that land could not produce. What? That it could not produce? This ability may be used only once each turn. I think it's still broken. There's no way in hell this is fair. No way in hell. Impossible. But you do have to sack an untapped basic. But you get to do this every turn. Yeah, I think it's broken. Okay, next up, we'll look at... Who else? Okay, who has... I have cards, but not posted to Reddit. Well, that is quite useless to us at the moment. Peter Sparker. What the hell is that? Peter Sparker. Sativa Breath? Peter Sparker. Sativa breath. Oh, maybe it's just Peter Parker. Hold on, I'm gonna look up Peter Parker sativa breath. It doesn't exist. Sorry about that. I can't find it. Okay, hold on, we're not done. We're not done. I'm not done here. We have a lot of super chats to get through. We only did 2 of the freebie cards. What happened to the newest AI cards video? It's not coming up till tomorrow. If you're talking about the one that we did this morning. Okay, it's not a card. Oh, well, I thought you were suggesting a card around here. So if the land could produce both colorless or any color mana, does the game break? How is that? How do we get purple mana? It's possible. Okay, I posted on Reddit the ones I posted on Discord. The racks. Okay, RACCS whip. Alright, you got something here. We got the Rack Recycler. It's a white 3 generic 1/3 Raccoon Artificer Wizard. Whenever an artifact is sacrificed or destroyed, you may gain 1 life. That's not bad. Whenever an artifact is sacrificed or destroyed, create a tap treasure token. This ability triggers only once each turn. That also is not too bad. Artifact cycling. Very fair card. You could be in design. You could design cards for R&D. 5 mana artifact. It's actually probably a little too expensive. Discard this card, search your library for an. Oh wait a minute! It's a tutor. Whatever. It's 5 mana. So it's like it's not. I don't think it's any worse than say Teleria West. Do you have to do this at a sorcery? You could do this in instant speed. Just artifact cycling. Get my Krark-Clan Ironworks. Pass the turn, or at end of turn, I'll take my turn. Thank you very much. Okay, literally, I have the Mao's Bay Part 2 if you want people. Oh, God. Okay, is there any other cards? This was 3 cards. Let's get 1 more from the coffee crew, and then I will take 3 from the public. It's like a broken Lotus Veil. It's a raccoon. Okay, Lowell says, just posted one. I'm curious if it would be playable. Final turn. Hopefully this is your card. It's got a lot of words on it. What's with all them words? God, you people make me read too often. This card can't be countered. You can only cast this at the beginning of your untap step, which is impossible. You can't do anything at your untap step. You cannot cast spells. You can't activate abilities. It's against the rules. And then until end of turn, negate all effects that prevent players from winning or losing. That's fine. You just say like, you cannot win the game, and all players cannot win the game. All players can't lose the game. Then search your library for 2 dragon creature cards and put them into play. They gain haste, double strike, and trample. At the beginning of your end step, if you haven't won the game, you you lose the game. Basically, you set yourself up to like win the game. And then if you win the game, then you win the game. But if you don't win the game, even with this outrageous advantage for this 1 mana card, then you deserve to lose the game. Wait, is it really against the rules to do anything at the untap? Yes! You can't do anything. If any abilities trigger at the untap step, they wait till the upkeep to actually go on the stack. You literally can do nothing at the untap step except untap cards. And then you go to your upkeep, and then the game continues. The card doesn't even follow the rules. Okay, in a lot of ways. Okay, I'm gonna give 3 to the public section. Bloat Beetle. It's a green 1/1 insect. Pay 4. Put a counter on Bloat Beetle. When it dies, distribute the counters on it among any number of perms you control. Pretty lame, but pretty fair. Gravy Geist. Ew. I'm not actually even a fan of gravy. For this, like, for Christmas, I had no gravy on any of my food. Cranberry sauce, that's where it's at. I cover all my food in cranberry sauce. 3 mana for a 2/1 food spirit. Pay 2. Tap, sack it, you gain 3 life. Alright. Then sack a food token. Return Gravy Geist from your graveyard to your hand. You could just repeat this over and over again? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. It's like a superior food card. And then we got the Overclock. Blue 1 generic instant. Counter target spell if you've drawn 3 or more cards this turn. This is such like a... This is... Okay, like, yeah, that's legal. It's just pretty bad, that's all. That's the only problem. It's a bad card. Well, Majra gonna keep us up all day. I think I'm gonna change the rules to you guys. I'm gonna, like, up the ante to, like, $5 a card. Catbug and Majra... really gaming the system with this $2 a time thing. Okay, we got Majra with the last 4 of the cat's miracle thing. Yes, I knew when you said the first 5 that eventually we'd go back to the last 4. Cats are miracle. I'll give you a super chat sound effect. Hey, the cats are a miracle, huh? The last 4. So that starts at 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. We got Ada's Augur. It is a Gruul blue 1 generic 1/1 cat wizard. If you cast Ada's Augur by its miracle, it gains haste until end of turn. And then whenever Ada's Augur deals combat damage to a player or battle, you may apply Scry 3 at the beginning of the next upkeep. Why can't we just do it now? Like, I don't like... There's... Some of these cards have complexity for no reason. Like, why are... Okay, it deals combat damage. Just Scry. Why are we delaying a Scry till upkeep? Like, we're not MTG Arena or Magic the Gathering Online where we're going to remember this crap. If you do, shuffle Ada Augur and target creature into its owner's library at the beginning of your end step. Okay, so I understand that part. You want to get the Scry 3 after you've shuffled. Better would be, like, if you deal damage, you may opt to, like, shuffle your creature back into your deck. If you do, then Scry 3. You just reverse it around. You made it too complicated. Like, there's a cleaner way of doing this. It's very, there's a way cleaner way of doing this. Okay, Slice Null of the Mouse Bay. I'm going to get harder on you, Majra. You're making these cards too hard for no reason. Okay, we got interesting cast cost. Simic, Gruul. For a 4/1 Cat Warrior, if you cast Slice Null of the Mouse Bay by its miracle, it gains haste until end of turn. Trample. If Slice Null of the Mouse Bay deals combat damage to a player or battle, you may untap all lands you control. If you do, shuffle Slice Null of the Mouse Bay into its owners. Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so you deal damage to a player or battle. Interesting, you don't get this from a Planeswalker. You could be even cleaner. Like, why don't we get the ability from a Planeswalker? It's just like, if it deals combat damage. Oh, no, it has to be, like, non-combat damage to a creature, though. Okay, whatever. Okay, that's fine. This whole untapping thing, totally fine. The Majra's cards would be better if they got someone to proofread them. I think they have. Hey, they used to be worse. Majra's writing has improved significantly over the past year. Majra's doing great. Okay, we got a Gruul. We have now Slash Rage, which is a Gruul, is it 1/1. It's a creature. Forgot to fill in the blank here. You can cast it for... It has haste if you miracle it as Bushido 3. Deals combat damage to a player or battle. It may put an emblem on defending player with whenever you cast a non-creature spell. This emblem deals 2 damage to you. At the beginning of your next end step, remove this emblem. If you do, shuffle... I don't get this part. They get an emblem... at the beginning of your next end step, remove this emblem. So you only have it until end of turn. You could just say until your next turn. There's no point in having an emblem that disappears. You just say until your next turn, whenever your opponent would deal, cast a non-creature spell, it deals 2 damage. So this card doesn't do anything blue. Well, it's a little bit of... Hey, it's not complete blue. You might just cast it for red. Okay, we have Simic for the Cleave Wave. A 2/4 Cat Warrior with Reach, Defender, and Vigilance. Gain first strike if you control a green or red creature. If you cast it, okay, hold on. If you cast it for its miracle this turn, it can attack as though it didn't have Defender. That is just AI words. Oh, no, it has Defender, so we can attack this time instead of having Defender. Strange design, but sure. Whenever you cast a spell by its miracle, draw a card at the beginning of the next upkeep. Oh god, this delayed. Okay, I understand you have to do it this way though, right? Whenever you cast a spell by its miracle, draw a card. No, but if you cast a spell by its miracle, that was your first draw. So why don't you just draw a card immediately? Whenever you cast a spell by miracle, draw a card. So like, if next turn I miracle, then I draw a card at the next upkeep? Absolutely not. Just draw the card immediately. Just draw the card immediately. If you cast a spell by its miracle, that's your first draw for the turn. So you can just freely draw without screwing up any of your miracles, right? I think. Anyway, these are all weirdly designed. Very weirdly designed. But we have more from you, but we won't get to them until we go to the Medieval Gamer. The Eldrazi Link. Can't wait to see it. From Medieval Gamer. Alright. It's a 10-mana legendary enchantment. Until Eldrazi Link leaves the battlefield, each creature gains Annihilator 1 and loses all other abilities. What? What? Until Eldrazi Link leaves the bat. So it's just an enchantment, right? It's just a 10-mana enchantment, and it just says each creature loses all abilities except and gains Annihilator 1 or something like that. That is funny. I think this is hilarious. This is a hilarious card. It's 10 mana, so like, you know, what's wrong? There's nothing wrong with this. Yeah, I think it's worded a bit weird. It should just, you don't need this until Eldrazi Link leaves the battlefield. Of course, and a card, like, here's something people can learn today. You guys have redundant text. Like, do you need this sentence here? The answer is no. It's like completely redundant. We all know that if the permanent leaves the battlefield, the effect is gone. But this is funny. Yeah, each creature gains Annihilator 1 and loses all other abilities. So everyone's just attacking with their dinky 1/1s and making people sack one permanent. Yeah, token deck with Tinker would be absolutely busted. But this card otherwise is actually quite fair. I think it's fine. And it's funny. I like, this would create real chaos ensues over the board. Yeah, probably be good in a token deck, actually. Actually, sorry, not token, elves. Yeah, you're right. Elves would actually make really good use out of this. So they spew out a bunch of elves, they make a lot of mana, play the Eldrazi Link. They were linked to the Eldrazi's all the time. This is a Watch the World Burn card, absolutely. And I'm there for it. All right, Majra. It's time for round 2. The first 5 cards from the Mouse Bay Part 2. Oh, did you super chat this twice? I think it's the same thing. So we'll donate one of those. Okay, the Mouse Bay Part 2! Uh-oh. We can't find this one? Is it the 3 promises? The first 5, the Mouse Bay. I could just, how, Mouse Bay. Mouse Bay. It's just taking us here. The 3 promises from 2 months ago. But this is not it. Majra, help me. Yeah, Annihilator 1 for 10 mana is not that horrible. Yeah, I think it's totally fine. And I think it's totally funny. Majra! It's right like that. But the problem is I can't write that. I don't have the German A. The Bay Part 2? It's not even spelled. It's this thing, right? Is it this? It's called Part 2 of the Mouse Bay. That's a completely different card. That's a completely different name. You gotta give me exact spellings here, people. You gotta give me the exact wording of your titles, or it doesn't work. Okay, I'm hoping this is it. If it's not, let me know, and I guess I'm gonna end up accidentally getting some free cards around here. So hold on, you said the first... Oh, so the first 5 cards. Oh, and this is the last 5 cards. So we'll do all of them here. No, it's very old post. Is it this one? 1 month ago? Okay, hold on. Can I can't copy what it says here. How old is it? I can't tell if this is it or not. It says part 2 of the Mouse Bay revised. Weirdly enough, I can't copy and paste anything because when I click on your guys' comments, it pops up here. That's just how my client works. So I can't copy and paste what you say. Just link it to it. I can't even click on links. Yeah, next 10 minutes trying to find the post. Mine is a version 2. Okay, hold on. Mouse Bay. Part 3 of the Mouse Bay, version 2. Yep, I'm doing this. Part 2. Part 3. Oh god. I can't click on links. That's a problem. See, when I click on anything, your guys' comments shows up. It's like sort of a weird downside for me. We can't copy and paste from chat either. I have no idea what YouTube is on about. Well, if I was actually on YouTube, it would work. Try holding down. I'm on a client called StreamYard. It doesn't work like that. Okay, hold on. Can I get the German M? Okay, Mouse Bay. The problem is you're using... No, I can't find this thing. Okay, hold on. Gotta be creative here. The first card from... The first 5 cards from the... Maybe I can look up the mouse. No, I can't look up the mouse. Bay Part 2. Yeah, I found a new problem. You use the German A, which they're not recognizing it. Try holding down A. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me look for German A with dots, and I'm going to copy and paste it. Hold on. Okay, I found it. I found one. Okay. The whoops. Control the Mouse Bay Part 2. This better show up. It didn't even come up. What is the title? Literally click on your history. This is too much work, Majra. This is not a smooth stream around here. If anyone who's still listening, I guess they love the thing super much. These are just random cards. I don't know what are your new hot top overview post comments. Posted. The true Aries. I can't be doing this. The only reason I can do a crazy A is I am on a Mac. Majra getting their money's worth. Sort of. Okay, I gotta move on. Like either this, like I can't even find the post. I don't know what the post is. Maybe it doesn't exist. Do you even know it exists? Okay, I'm gonna move on, Majra. I'm really sorry, but like, you know, we've been in situations where we're looking for a post and it just cannot be found because it actually doesn't exist for one reason or another, and I hope that's not this case. Okay, Bacon Catbug with the Wheel of Torment. And by the way, if we can't find these, Majra, like next time you'll just remember, like you're owed like, I don't know, 10 cards worth of cards. I won't let your super chats go to waste. Where am I? Oh no, I have to go back. Going back. Okay. And I'm looking for Wheel of Torment. Is it related to the Wheel of Time? Okay, it is. Whoops. Okay, it is a red. One generic sorcery. Each player may exile their hand, then exile their graveyard. If they do, they draw 7 cards. They exile their hand, their graveyard, and everyone draws 7 cards? Sure. I mean, hey, it's a strong card, but I mean, I don't see any difference between this damn thing and Wheel of Fortune as far as I'm concerned. So I think it is definitely Commander playable. And we got Brendan Grieve with patty cakes based on my Scaredy Cat. I love the sound of it. Patty cakes based on my scare decant. Am I just supposed to look up just patty cakes? Patty cakes! I hope this is you. There's only one patty cakes here. I was really surprised. Usually something like really generic like that is taken up by like a million different people. Okay, it is a white 0/1 cat. If any players cast a spell or activates an ability, return patty cakes to its owner's hand. This reminds me of that creature. What is it? You cast any spell, it like gets exiled until end of turn, then it comes back into play. If a player casts any spell, then you got it. It's very flavorful. Yeah, insert the aw sound effect here. I don't have an aw sound effect, unfortunately. The difference is that this costs an R, yeah, an R1 generic more. It'd be kitty. Yeah, nor in the wary, but a cat. But it has to go back to your hand, so you have to recast the card. You have to spend more mana. Not everyone has enough mana around here. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for all your super chats and all your adventurous cards. It was one hell of a day. We saw a lot of cards. They were wordy. They were interesting. They endangered, but they were also fantastic. And if you want to be part of the show, you got to be here 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. But remember, until January 5th on weekdays, we also do the show at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for everyone who has never been able to be part of the show. Thanks everybody who does contribute to the show. If you're a patron, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, I really appreciate it. And most importantly, we also have to thank everyone who shows up here, not in the morning, but also in the evening. Well, we got Talitna, we have Strictly, Starsky Studio, Majra, we got Benovsky, Emperor, Cosdeal, Brendan Grave, Avatar of Woe, Platonic Liquid, Darkest Angel, Varg, Broly Shadow, Toads Jess, Abraxos, Tear, who else? We got Steve Cooper, Majra, Emperor, some people, Plasma, Starfield Dragon, Pyrobob. What, am I missing anybody? Bacon Cat Bug. Someone24C. I think we got D's EXE, Somber Night. Because you guys are the show. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing up them coffees or those hot cocos, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.